actually buzzing for this. Buzzing! With 5 Z's. It's 5. I don't know. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstVocals.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and Patreon, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Again, I still can't do metal screams, but in fairness, I have not tried. So if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, you can become a reaction, special roles on my Discord, there's educational patron exclusive videos, so consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Now I cannot believe that I have not returned to this person, because this was far and away one of the most entertaining videos I ever sat down to watch. It is Devin Townsend. The last video I watched I think was called Kingdom, and it was hilarious. Like, he's so good, but he does not take himself too seriously, and I was killing myself laughing. So we're gonna go back and listen to another one. This one is called Deadhead. It's live at the Royal Albert Hall, so it's gonna be a different setting because the other one was like a wee studio. So we'll see how he interacts with hundreds and thousands and whatever number of people. I'm excited. Let's go. Crowd are loving it already.
This song is called Deadhead. And it's about love. And you know what? Love's a bitch.
I know this is a weird place to stop, but I caught just something where he was looking at the crowd and then he like almost like fell into himself. Like he's feeling the music inside and out. That's the sign of somebody that's like very musically minded. He is kind of a conduit to the sound and the feel of the song. Very much looking forward to this. That first scream there, I think was a fry scream because it's toneless. If you take fry, which is a very relaxed sound, and you pull that up through your range and add a bit more intensity onto it, you'll get a sound that's similar to that. Again, I don't sing like this, so don't ask me to. But I'll maybe check out Mary Z and get some lessons or something, because it's something I'm definitely interested in. That's called stank phase. That's when you know you're like really enjoying yourself. Clever at getting the crowd whipped up, getting them ready for what's to come, making that energy match. Now there's a real nasality to this sound. You can see him kind of scrunching his face up and to give it that ring. So it's coming from two places. It comes from your velum and your epiglottis. Your epiglottis covers your vocal folds when you swallow. It's a protective thing. But if you can bring that in, you get that ringing sound. And your velum is the kind of nasal sound. So if he's combining those two to make that kind of carry and then opening it onto kind of an operatic kind of vowel, you get that carry kind of rounded sound that's really kind of strong and pingy. Very, very good. I love the way he uses his voice. There was an echo on that, did you hear it? Kind of went in about 4 layers.
Now the rain comes, the rain it blurs, the grey line, greyhound home.
Yeah, this sounds like a fry kind of scream to me. So it's not got tone behind it, but because he's doing it in such a high plane, it sounds like it's the same notes that he was singing. I spoke a little bit about this on a Marilyn Manson video back in time. But it's such a strong scream. It just sounds so visceral. It's one I actually really enjoy hearing. Some are really kind of jarring, but his has got this lovely mist through it the whole time. It's really, really pleasant to the ear, although it's a big kind of scream, so it's a bit weird to say that, but that's how I hear it. His voice is super twangy when he's singing and is more like, I don't know how you would describe it, as normal singing, where he's phonating. He's definitely utilising that to make that sound carry a lot more, and he's bringing his sound up into his nasal passages too. And then when he drops the jaw onto these huge vowels, he just gets this amazing sound. Like, I love the way he sings. That is a nice sounding scream though, right?
You feel like it at any point, though, you know? Pick a tempo.
I just need to take a second to shout out to this band. They are incredible. That weight that came in when everything came back in together, it was like, boom! It kind of sounds like this kind of explosion that kind of really, really encapsulates the whole spectrum of sound. You've got that kind of top end of the cymbals, you've got the rumble of the bass, you've got that really kind of sharp sound from the electric guitar. They've mapped everything out perfectly here. It just completely fills the room. Amazing. And the keys are giving that kind of synthy sound. I love how there's so much kind of heaviness to this sound, and then he like wanders around kind of chatting and saying like little oddities to the crowd. He just really doesn't take anything too seriously, whilst at the same time delivering a product that is absolutely like insanely tight. He's just one of those people. I don't know, I'd like love to have a beer with him. He just seems like he'd be a ton of fun. That was really interesting to see inside his mouth. As that pitch raised in that fry, you could see his tongue rising. So I think that's actually pulling the larynx up just to make that sound brighter. Now in vocal terms, the sound will sound richer and deeper if the larynx is lowered, and it will sound brighter and higher if it's a higher larynx. So if you were to do it in speech and say, oh, hello, hello, that's it with a low larynx. Hello, hello, in the same note, in a mid. Hello, hello, if I raise my larynx. So I think that's kind of what's happening. He's going, and pulling it up through his larynx. And he can get that super high, but it's like he's bringing his tongue into play just to really raise that plane. It's amazing. I'm almost hearing pitch through this scream now as well, though. So I'm kind of like having a little bit of a crisis. I'm not sure whether he's like doing something with false vocal folds or whether it's his arytenoids, but it sounds too much of a fry to me. So maybe he's just kind of pushing that tone in and squeaking it in through some way that I'm not sure of.
It's all in the heat of the moment. It's all in the pain. Give in to the heat of the moment. Give in to the pain.
I'm a loss for words. That was wild. That was a wild ride. I loved how kind of deep and rich the music was. It was really slow pace. It was like a big slow burn, and the intensity stayed pretty level the whole time. It was kind of like a score from a film or something. I had that kind of real intense push to it. Just brilliant. I adore his voice. I think it's crazy good. I'd love to hear him sing a whole song without going into the fireplace once and see like what tones pop out if he has to fill that space in other ways. But the man's good. The man's amazing. The man's incredible. So I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I don't even know. Let's try that kind of nasally operatic sound. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me and goodbye. Tried to get a little bit of the nasal, a little bit of the high tongue. I don't know if that worked. Probably didn't, but who cares? Bye.